And everything from which checking account is the best fit for us to planning for our growing family. No matter how much we prepare, I'm sure we'll make mistakes. But giving our baby a great start won't be one of them.
Switch to SunTrust and discover why 9 out of 10 of our customers would recommend us to their friends and family. It's easy. You can move your online bill pay in 5 minutes or less. Plus, get a MasterCard check card with no monthly fee and zero liability for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at suntrust.com/switch. How can we help you shine today? SunTrust Bank, member FDIC.
Finally this hour, I'm not sure this could happen here in the good old U.S. of A., but maybe. In China, police say a woman tried to take a shortcut home, somehow managed to get trapped within 2 walls of an apartment building and stuck tight for hours. The really weird part is why she wound up stuck there for 7 hours. She was apparently trying to get through a small passageway, and while attempting to squeeze between 2 narrow walls, she ultimately ended up wedged between them. She did the obvious thing and started screaming, and the people in the apartment building did the obvious thing and ignored her because, as they told police, they simply thought the noise was coming from a ghost. Who's going to pay any attention to that? Apparently, all those apartment buildings are haunted over there. Finally, somebody walking outside the apartment building heard the woman, did not assume she was a ghost, and called firefighters, spent the next hour chopping through the wall to get to her. Imagine what the people thought that noise was.
WBAL, WIYY, HD4, Baltimore. Winner of more prestigious Edward R. Murrow News Awards than any other radio station in the Baltimore-Washington area. WBAL at WBAL.com.
Good morning. It's Friday, July 19th. I'm Brian Neiman.
And I'm Bill Banco. Coming up in the next hour.
Suspect is died while in police custody, and some witnesses say Baltimore police used excessive force. We'll have details on the way.
Why is the water at the Inner Harbor looking murky? Something's fishy.
Yeah, at 6:41, we'll talk with Maryland economist Peter Marisi about Detroit's bankruptcy as well at 6 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Frank Seditani. The city of Detroit may be down, but a woman who lives there says it's not out.
I feel like it's going to hit rock bottom before it comes back up to the top. But at one point in life, it will come up.
After decades of decline, Detroit is broke and had no choice but to file the largest municipal bankruptcy in U.S. history. Mayor Dave Bing.
Paychecks for our city employees will continue. Services will continue. I think over the medium range, we will hopefully see things start to improve.
To get back on its feet, Detroit could be forced to lay off workers and cut back on basic services which have already been pared. Bankruptcy expert Stuart Scott says the city is out of options.
It stops time, and it allows people to take a breath right now and to digest the magnitude of what is going on. And I think that most experts out there would agree that this is a positive.
The end is in sight for an estimated 140 million Americans who've had to put up with a week of searing heat and stifling humidity. Bob Oravec is with the National Weather Service.
It looks like one more day of high temperatures for Chicago and Detroit and Cleveland. It looks like 2 more days of hot temperatures along the East Coast from Washington, D.C. up to New York City.
A government report takes a look at the environmental impact of gas drilling deep underground. Live, CBS News correspondent Barry Bagnano.
Frank, preliminary results of an Energy Department study of the effects of fracking on water supplies show no evidence chemicals contaminate aquifers, the Associated Press reports. Scientists are monitoring fluids injected into 8 wells southwest of Pittsburgh. A natural gas industry official tells the AP the finding is great news. A Duke University expert says the jury is still out. Wonders if the drillers here are taking extra steps at this site knowing it's being monitored. Frank?
The erratic wildfire that's burning near Idlewild, California is only 15% contained, but crews are working around the clock and they say they're making progress. Aurora, Colorado is remembering the movie massacre last summer that killed 12 people and wounded dozens more.
The mother of murdered moviegoer Matthew McQuinn has struggled through this past year.
There's a lot of things that I have to push myself to do, like home surgery, being out among people.
Jerry Jackson says she just can't do certain things anymore.
There are some TV shows we can't watch. Going to a movie theater is out of the question.
Friends and family of Matthew McQuinn are gathering for a private remembrance 1 year after the movie theater killings. Lee Frank, CBS News, Aurora, Colorado.
A reading of the names of victims today will mark the anniversary. Gun rights supporters plan to hold a rally of their own at the same location. Senator John McCain's threatening to block the reappointment of General Martin Dempsey as chairman of the Joint Chiefs. McCain wasn't happy when Dempsey skirted questions about military help for the Syrian rebels.
You say, it seems to me we need to understand what the peace will look like before we start the war. You think we ought to see how we can stop the war by intervening and stopping the massacre?
S&P futures are down a point ahead of the opening on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Yeah, this is Maryland's Morning News, 6:03 on WBAL. 85 in the Inner Harbor right now, 97 for the high this afternoon. Hot and sticky again today. Good Friday morning to you. I'm Brian Neiman. City police are not commenting on eyewitness claims that a man who was arrested in a traffic stop last night was beaten by officers before he died. Internal investigation is now underway following the incident around 8 o'clock last night along Kidmore Road in northeast Baltimore. The car was pulled over in a possible drug investigation. Police say the suspect got out and began the fight. Bystander says she saw several officers hit him.
It was two in the beginning. After they started chasing him, I'm going to say a good number 15 showed up and jumped the man, tackled the man while he was already on the ground.
A woman told WBL-TV that the man was maced again. Police say he had a medical emergency and officers then performed CPR. He later died at a hospital. Meanwhile, city police say they're investigating at least one confirmed death overnight. One apparently resulted from a stabbing. Officers found the body of a woman in an alley in Liberty Heights in Wabash. That was just after 1 this morning. A short time later, homicide detectives were sent to a reported shooting along York Road near Woodbourne Avenue around 12:30 on the 1200 block. A man was shot as well. No other details have been released at this time. Investigators from York County are looking into the discovery of a body found north of the Maryland line. The human remains were found yesterday near the Susquehanna River Road in Lower Chanceford Township. Two hikers found the body in a wooded area. Police say it's not clear yet if foul play was involved. For the first time in this heat wave, an excessive heat warning has been issued for today. Covers the city and southern Baltimore County from noon until 8 tonight. A heat advisory also applies across the region today. City officials are advising residents to take precautions. WBAL's Phil Yakubuski has more.
The warning from the city health commissioner is simple.
Unless people take the proper precautions, they're at increased risk for bad outcomes.
That is Dr. Oxitis Barbeau.
Certainly being an urban center contributes to holding on to heat, but overall it's just hot everywhere.
And while she recommends drinking plenty of water, she's also asking people to check on their older neighbors and relatives. Phil Yakubuski, WBAL and WBAL.com.
And environmental officials are stumped as to what happened to cause a large fish kill in the Jones Falls in the Inner Harbor. Hundreds of fish died and started floating in the water near Pier 6. People also noticed the smell in the water appeared to be